Hi, Dan. We're here seeing the rest of your garden today with Annette, and we were interested in this herb garden that you have up on legs here. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I like to eat, so I really don't consider myself a gourmet, maybe a little bit of a foodie, and I have some health issues that make getting down difficult, and we've kind of adopted a Mediterranean lifestyle diet-wise, and part of that is having herbs available in season, and most of the Mediterranean herbs that we use love full sun, so it's difficult to grow on the deck. We had a few spots in the yard where we could grow, but getting up and down is a problem. So my solution this year was I got a little bit of cedar. I had some landscaping posts left over, and so I made this herb garden. And currently we've got some beautiful rosemary, and our coriander is bolted now, so this is coriander.
Mm-hmm. Can you use the plant even after it goes into bloom?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, and if we wait and get seeds, we can store them. So this is our basil, which you can't have enough basil or tomato when they come in season.
Well, Dan, you were telling me one way how to preserve that basil flavor for the winter.
Well, yeah, you know, we'd make just a simple pesto, and you can also just freeze it, process it and freeze it. I freeze it in bags, and then you can break off as much as you need for a recipe, which is usually more than you think. But we also have some thyme and sage. And sage is, I think, interesting. Typically, you only think of sage at Thanksgiving.
Right.
But flash fried in a little oil, it really is kind of an interesting flavor. So, yeah, this has been a godsend to have this up and out. That, you know, technically I worried about it being so heavy, but I ended up just building a box with kind of like bed frame underneath, so there's gaps between. I stapled hardware cloth.
Oh, okay.
Arnett.
Oh. And then you don't have to worry about the drainage either then, right?
Right, and so then under that I put landscape fabric so the water can just go through. I used a lightweight potting soil. They actually make a raised bed potting soil now. You know, it's typical marketing, but and if you wanted to, I think you could put wheels on it and make it kind of the rickshaw wheelbarrow handle on one end, and you could drive it around your yard if it didn't. But so far, this has been a perfect spot to use it. So, you know, most of that prepared potting soil mix has got enough water holding additives, which I don't know if it works or not. You do need to keep an eye on it because, again, they love full sun. I would not think mint would do well in this. Mint's kind of, that should be back in the shade garden because that really doesn't like, you know, that footprint. My chives is not in here. When we first bought the house 22 years ago, the grass was kind of unkept in the spring. Things were up, and I was mowing, and all of a sudden I had this tremendous smell of onion, and wow, it just knocked me over. A bed of chive had gotten away near the road, so it was about 4 feet wide and about 10 feet long. So that's the day it became Chive Valley Ranch, and we spent a lot of years digging out, but we still keep it here. I dry all the excess herbs that we grow, so that's pretty simple. You can either do it just in a low oven or in a dehydrator, and yeah, it's been good.
Well, how many of those herb plants will overwinter, or how are the kinds that'll, I mean, the basil, of course, is annual, but will the other things?
You know, plants are on wheels at this place. It depends. Are you going to bring it in? What are you going to do with it? And, you know, these things took off just like crazy. These were all just nub plantings this spring. So does it save any money? I don't care. I just like to, I like to eat. And to eat well, the only two things you really need are local ingredients that are as good as you can get, And once you have good things, it would be an embarrassment not to have the technique to let those ingredients shine, and that's kind of what this is about.